One way, the Vedantic way, is of vichara, of understanding ourselves as pure consciousness shining upon the body, mind and external universe. So this understanding is very important. And that understanding happens in the buddhi only. So that understanding enables us to see ourselves as apart from the mind, and that itself helps us to control the mind. That's one method. It's a method of vichara, of separating ourselves from the mind, and or seeing ourselves as separate from the mind and body. That's one method. The other method, the one which you talked about, being lost in an assignment, that's the second method. That's a yogic method, where you concentrate, where you focus so much that everything else is cut out. You see, one of the characteristics of our mind is that it has limited cognitive capacity. You cannot be aware of too many things at the same time. So, what is concentration? Using our limited cognitive capacity, if you focus it on one thing, say 80 to 90% of our cognitive capacity, that's called concentration. And this cognitive capacity, if you scatter it among many things, you say my mind is distracted. So concentration is basically our focusing our cognitive capacity on one object. So that person is focusing completely on the assignment, and everything else drops out of his field of awareness. So that's one method of concentration. That's called the yogic method of concentration. In fact, in positive psychology, they are working on this. They call it flow. Mihai Csikszentmihalyi is working on that, and they, in fact, the method of concentration, they say that it's a function of challenge and skill. Why is that student lost completely in that assignment? Because of two reasons. One is the assignment is challenging, it's interesting, it's absorbing, number one. Number two, he has the skills to tackle it. Only thing is, he has to exert himself to the utmost to tackle that assignment. So, the challenge is high, the skills are also high, they're equal. If the challenge is too much and the skills are less than that, there won't be concentration, there will be anxiety. There will be anxiety, irritation, tension. If the skills are very high and the challenge is much lower, so some problem which you did in class 11 or 12 in maths, now it's easy for you. If that problem is given to you, your skills are much higher than the challenge. The result is boredom. So what happens is only a part of your cognitive capacity is given, the rest is scattered. So you don't feel absorbed or concentrated. Absorption, concentration comes when there is a match. Your skills are challenged to the utmost. Not beyond that, not less than that. That's when we feel that flow or concentration. When you are playing a game, you are absorbed automatically, because every time you are maybe you're playing badminton, if you falter in your concentration, you will lose, because the opponent is continuously returning your serve or whatever you're doing. So your focus is always there. When you are driving, if you're driving in a busy road, you're always focused, because your skills are being continually challenged. If you're driving in a straight and empty road, sometimes drivers have an accident because their concentration falters, because there's no challenge. It's open, it's empty, nothing is coming from in the field of the visual stimuli, so it does not engage concentration, and they lose concentration there. Challenge and skill together help us to get concentration, and that's what we should apply in our lives, especially the student community here, because you are required to concentrate often. If you cannot concentrate, see what is happening in these two dimensions. Is it a problem of too much challenge and less skill? Then break down the challenge into manageable chunks. Is it a question of your skills are far more than what is necessary to do this? Then make the job more challenging, make it more interesting. Maybe you reduce the time frame. What you're supposed to do in 3 hours, try to finish in 1 hour. Maybe. I mean, you just have to think in your particular case, how can I increase the challenge there? I know one person in a class, the subject was very easy, and the teacher was dealing with material which were known to all of us. And I saw this other brahmachari, was very brilliant, one of the most brilliant persons I've seen. He was taking notes furiously. I said, what are you doing? I mean, I was a little surprised. I thought he knows it much better than I do, but he's still so absorbed in it. I saw what he was doing is, he's taking what the teacher is saying, translating into Sanskrit and writing down notes in Sanskrit. He has made it 10 times more challenging, and that's how he is absorbed, whereas I'm just bored. Okay, so challenge and skill, that leads to concentration. That's the second type of concentration. The second type of controlling the mind. Other type is to be aware of yourself as apart from the mind.
Become Swami Vivekananda's messenger. Share the video with 3 of your friends.